Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Eddie, and I am back with another episode of Steins Gate. I know I'm floating up in the middle of here. You know why. Actually, I did sort of screw around with the stuff a little bit, so I need to see if I'm actually aligned. Boom, boom. I'm just opening things up on my end. Okay. Let's go. So, last episode... Okay, I need to be a little bit further up. Why is this? There's this stupid snapping in place thing. Okay, there we go. So, last episode, essentially what happened was, if you'll all recall, we tried saving Mayuri, like, what? A billion times. And none of them worked. So this time we got Karisu on our side, so we're gonna make it succeed. I lie back on the sofa with the phone in my hand, needles in my brain, a whining in my ears. These sensations never get any easier to endure. I look at the clock. It's about 1:45. There's a high school baseball game on TV. In about 15 minutes, Karisu will finish the time leap machine. All it needs are some final adjustments, so there's nothing for me to do but wait. As the pain in my brain subsides, I realize that my head is throbbing. Why? I remember. But right before this, I had an argument with Mr. Braun in which he introduced his fist to my skull. Mayuri's at her sewing machine working on her costume. Daro's at his computer collecting moe artwork from the... Oh my god. You know what? I can't blame you. I do the exact same thing. Hold on. My eyes are super weird right now. Expression trouble. And whenever I open up the application to actually see myself, all the problems just immediately go away. So weird. There we go. Alright, is that good? Turn the volume up. Kristen's in the development room upgrading the time leap machine. I sit motionless as the minutes tick by. The clack-clack of the sewing machine in the lounge suddenly stops.
Okari, chotto kite.
She motions me while holding the costume.
これをね、持っててくれないかな。こうしてピローンって広げて。
Awesome.
マユシ、今のビローンもう一度。
Is this text we've already seen? It might be.
ピローン。
It might be. It's been a month since. Oh my god. So that's kind of interesting because to Okabe it feels like a long time ago, but it feels like a long time ago to me as well.
ビローンいただきました。
Jesus. All right, buddy.
もうやだこの変態。
Yes, this is dialogue. I followed Mayuri's direction and spread the costume out by its sleeves.
ありがとう。
Mayuri looks a little tired. She was working on this costume all night. That doesn't brim the brightness of her satisfied smile.
できた。
I said something here, didn't I? What was it? I can't remember.
クリスちゃんより先にできたよ。競争してたんだ。
Oh, right.
お見事ね。でもこっちももう終わりよ。
Yeah, I remember this. I remember this. Kurisu carefully connects the two cords she's holding.
完成。
Alright, that's my cue.
実験はしない。
Crap, was that too soon?
いきなり全否定とか。私が何のために苦労して作ったと思ってんのよ。
タイムリープには問題が山積みだ。その点についてじっくり検証したい。
あんたにしてはまともな意見だな。
Huh.
何が問題なのかな。完成したんじゃないの？
詳しくは後日説明する。今日はみんな疲れているだろうから解散にしよう。完成祝いにちょっとでもパーッとやったりしないの？それも後日だ。
I managed to convince Daro and Mayuri to leave. I lend Mayuri my phone charger since we use the same brand of phone. Kurisu tries to go home, but I quietly keep her back.
何？
不満か？
ええ。
Probably because I shot her down right after she finished the time leap machine. She'll feel relieved later, but only after she has time to fully consider its implications.
俺は5時間後から来た。
Kurisu spears me with a piercing gaze.
何の冗談？
Her narrowed eyes make me believe that looks can kill.
睨むな。お前言っていることが全然違うではないか。何が未来から来たと言われれば多分信じるだ。
は？何そのバカっぽいセリフ。
5時間後のお前が言ったんだぞ。
捏造しないで。私が多分信じるみたいな論理性皆無の発言するわけ
Oh
ないで
my
しょ。
god. That is the thing though. I feel like Kurisu does, like, not just Kurisu, I feel like everyone kind of does overestimate their own emotions at the time in the past. I'd like to have a word with future Kurisu. If this isn't how you're going to be, then you leave me no choice but to quote you word for word.
タイムリープが成功したことを聞かされたお前は何の疑問もなく自分の理論は間違ってなかったって思えた。成功してよかったって思えたとも言った。そもそも電話レンジを改良してタイムリープマシンを作ったのは私なのだぜ。
私はそんなのだぜみたいな話し方しない。
お前が今一番欲しいものはマイフォークである。
Kurisu's face suddenly turns red.
マイスプーンはすでに持っているそうだな。
Right, whatever the hell that means. Don't matter. Now listen, now believe me.
そんなことまで話したのか？恨むぞ、5時間後の私。
Don't kill yourself, that's bad. She apparently seems genuinely shocked for some reason, but I'm sure she believes me now.
心の中を覗き見されたような気分よ。しかもよりによって岡部にと。
You're the one that told him. What does she think I'm going to do?
でもあんたの言うことは信じてよさそうね。詳しく聞かせて。
I explained everything to Kurisu again. I'm able to organize my thoughts better since this is the second time.
なるほどね。あんたの言うことが事実ならかなりまずい状況だな。
There are 5. Holy shit. Okay. That's crazy. There are 5 hours until Mayuri's death. We need to come with a plan before then.
5時間後の私は時間順序保護仮説かもって言ってたらしいけど、それともちょっと違う気がする。
Ooh, interesting, interesting.
あの仮説は因果率が狂う恐れがあるから、タイムトラベルの可能性は量子論により否定されるっていうものよ。でもタイムリープの場合、タイムパラドックスはそもそも起きない。
Right, the universe just changes. You get information from another universe that has probably ceased to exist. Two of me don't exist at the same time, and I can't bring anything with me to the past. All that changes are the memories stored in my temporal lobe. So at the very least, time leaping can't cause a grandfather paradox.
やはり世界の意志だ。宇宙そのものが検閲をするかのように、俺が歪ませた事象の修正を行っているとしか思えない。
I suppose butterfly effect is not a thing here. In that case. Hey, Mateo, what's going on? Hi, just passing by. Heyo, what's going on?
だとしたらタイムリープじゃマユリは救えないっていうことになる。何をしたって修正されちゃうんだから。
そんなのは認めない。
同意するわ。世界の意思説は非現実的すぎる。私は支持したくない。
Hell yeah!
多世界解釈ならどうだ。マユリが死なない可能性を観測できれば解決だ。
多世界解釈か。マユリの死に方がいつも違うっていうのは関係あるのかな。
Hold on.
でも重ね合わせ状態になっているいくつもの可能性世界は相互観測が不可能なのに、あんたはどうして観測できてるの？
それはこの俺の特殊能力であるリーディングシュタイナーが。
ダメだこいつ、早く何とかしないと。
他に説明のしようがない。
特殊能力ってあんたね、もしかしてそれ本気で言ってたのか？
ふざけているつもりはないぞ。
You make up stuff all the time. Only my eye is able to perceive the world that has been reconstructed. Our D-mail experiments prove that.
特殊能力だかなんだか知らないけど、そんな不確定的なものを頼る気にはなれない。だいたいどの可能性を観測するかを制御しようがないんだから、多世界解釈だろうがなんだろうが、マユリが死なない可能性に至るのは無理よ。
待て、これでは話が進まないではないか。解釈の話はいいから、俺たちにできることを考えるべきだ。
タイムリープじゃ結果は変えられない。さっきそう言った。
じゃあどうするんだ。
落ち着け。
I mean, you did.
落ち着いていられるか。俺が一体何度マユリの死を目の当たりにしたと思ってるんだ。
Butterfly effect is a thing, but only on certain ways. Actually, now that you mentioned that, Mateo, you might be right. I do think I was about to say, actually, not really. How long has it been since I've seen this show? Oh my god, it's almost 10 years. You know what? Before I start panicking, let's just go on.
あいつが無残に血を流して生き絶えていくのを俺は目の前で何度も見ていたんだ。何度も見ていることしかできなかったんだ。
D-mail for... Yeah, sure, true. I hear my teeth grinding in my skull. Recalling that despair, that feeling of utter powerlessness, makes me want to lash out at everything within reach.
感情に身を任せてたって何も解決しない。
当事者じゃないからそんなに冷静でいられるんだろう。
そうね。私には5時間後のことはわからない。正直なところ実感が湧かない。でもあんたの言ってることを信じてないわけじゃない。岡部がしっかりしなきゃ。
Teresa pats my arm. Her hand is warm and her touch is gentle. Aww. How American of her. What? Really? Is that Is that not a thing in Japan?
悪かった。
She's right. Getting emotional won't solve anything. I need to calm down. Calm down.
そもそも原因が違うのに必ず同じ結果に至るというのが解せない。因果が歪んでいるとしか思えない。
真由里の死の原因は桐生萌香が発砲するじゃなくて、もっとマクロなことなんじゃない？タイムマシンを作ったことか、あるいはセルンにハッキングしたことがバレたことあたりね。その結果として真由里が死ぬ。そう考えるなら因果は歪んでないって言える。
苗に背中を押されて電車にひかれるのもそれで説明できるのか。
Ooh, that's true.
あ、そっか。
That's the one that kind of throws everything off.
でも因果律は絶対のルールなのよ。それを否定したら全ての物理学も否定されてしまう。だから必ず真由里が死ぬのには原因がある。
その原因さえ分かるならなんとかなるかも。
そうでもない。
ん？
どういうことだ。
その原因となる出来事がいつ起こったというのが問題になってくる。
Ooh, that's true.
あまり時間が経っているようだと対処できないわ。
タイムリープマシンがあるから携帯電話を持っている時代の範囲内ならどこへでも戻れるはずだろ
う。戻れない。予測だけどタイムリープマシンは一度に最長で48時間しか跳躍できないと思う。
Screw it. 48 hours. I can only go back 2 days.
なぜ今さらそんなことを。
今さらってタイムリープマシンが完成したのはついさっきじゃない。
Oh, yeah, that's true.
5時間後のお前も言わなかった。
ああ、そういうことか。言い出すタイミングがなかったのかも。
で48時間しか飛べない理由は。
わからない。私もマシンのすべての原理や構造を理解して作ったわけじゃないから。連続での跳躍は可能よ。タイムリープマシンが存在している限りね。例えば10年後までタイムリープマシンが壊れずに残っていたのなら10年の時間を遡ってくることはできる。
True. That's certainly a method I was thinking of.
単純計算で1825回タイムリープする必要があるからかなりのリスクになりそうだけど。
Oh, dang, you calculated that really fast.
理論上は可能なの。
I'm not even gonna try to count
だっ
those.
たら何も問題は。
大あり。言ったでしょ。
Time
タイ
loop
ムリー
machine.
プマシンが存在している限り。
It's like having a save function that only functions at a certain period.
あのマシンはいつ完成した？
Just now?
あ、
そう。ほんの1時間前。2010年8月13日の午後2時ぐらい。それ以前には存在していない。マシンを使うのは今日の2時以降じゃないと不可能なのよ。
つまり過去方向へは
Count 48 hours back.
8月11日の14時までしか行けないと。
Creasy nods, her expression grave.
おそらく。
改良できないのか。
将来的にできるかもしれないけど今のこの状況じゃ無理。もっときちんとした設備のあるところでお金をたくさん使ってきちんとしたパーツを使えばなんとかなるかもしれない
And
けど。
for that, you'd need you need to go public, which Well, I think we all know the problem with that.
それをやろうとしてもどうせセルンに潰されると思う。未来の私かあんたが未だにタイムリープしてきていないという回で証明終了かな。
So basically,
結局何もできないということではないか。タイムリープマシンがあっても5時間後にマユリがセルに殺される運命は結局避けられないのかよ。
at that moment, I hear a sound from outside the window. What was that? Is it Moeka? Did she overhear us? I dash to the window and look down at the street. It's Suzuha. Her bicycle has fallen over and she's scurrying to pick it up. Our eyes meet.
あいつ
Why does she look so pale? Her lips move slightly. It looks like she's whispering something, but I can't make it out from here.
おい
I call to Suzuha, but she leaps on her bike and zips away. She's acting strange, and I smell a conspiracy. Moko's a spy. Could Suzuha be the same? Oh boy, buddy, you don't know that. It's too dangerous to trust anyone. Suzuha has exhibited suspicious behavior, though not as much as Moeka has. She's openly hostile towards Kurisa, and she was able to take down Stern's hit squad single-handedly. I wonder if this missing father of hers really exists. Could he be the John Titor who's posting on the internet? What is the meaning of Barrel Titor? Instinct tells me that she knows something. I dash out of the lab.
ちょっとどこ行くの？
I know I don't have much chance of catching her on foot, but I will have to try. There's something going on here. This is a completely new sequence of events. According to my memories of the future, Suzuha is supposed to remain at the Brontu workshop until 6:30 p.m. But when she overheard me talking to Krisu, she suddenly took off like a bat out of hell. This has to mean something. Suzuha's already out of sight, but when she left, she was headed for Chiodori. I wonder if her phone's on. Maybe I should try calling her. Come to think of it, this reminds me of something. On the day she failed to meet her father, she disappeared without a trace, just an email saying, bye. I searched the town, but I couldn't find her, so I sent a D-mail that changed the past in order to make her stay. I'm pretty sure I lost her near the station back then. What happened on that timeline? Where did Suzuha go after failing to find her father? I search up and down Chiodori, but find no trace of Suzuha or her bike. I have to be careful, there could be rounders here in Akiba. I combed the area around the station's main exit, but there's no sign of her anywhere. I lost sight of her here before, so I thought she might be close by. Maybe I should corner her on my next timeline and press her for answers before she can escape. I better get back to the lab. I start walking away from the station, but then the people around me gasp and point. Everyone's looking up at the sky. No, not the sky. The satellite embedded in the roof of Radicon. Why now? It's been there for 2 weeks. It's practically a landmark now. But everyone looks like they're seeing it for the first time. So I turn around and look up too. The lights on the satellite are blinking. Is someone inside? Who?
天音鈴葉それとも桐生萌子か
Oh lordy. The satellite has remained silent through all of my previous time leaps. Why has it changed? What has changed? Obviously, the fact that Suzuha has overheard my conversation with Kurisu. Previously, I lost sight of her at the station. In other words, right next to Radicon. Suzuha must be up there. Everyone's staring at the satellite. This is my chance to sneak in without being noticed. The shutters are half open, just as they were when I confronted Moeka. I summon my courage and crawl through the crack. When I get inside, the first thing I see is Suzuha's bike lying on the floor.
やはりあいつか
What is she trying to do? What is that satellite? How is it related to John Titor? Is it even a satellite? No one knows for sure. I checked online. No satellites fell out of orbit that day. When they do, whether by accident or design, they usually burn up in the atmosphere. It's impossible for one to land in such perfect condition. So what is it then? A jolt suddenly runs through my body. Could it be a time machine? Oh boy. There's only one way to know for sure. I need to get there before Suzuha does something. Time machine press conference. The elevator and the escalator aren't operating, so I bound up the stairs 2 at a time. My lungs gasp and my legs burn, but I force my body to carry me to the top. There's a satellite lodged in Radicon's roof. I notice wires holding it in place. The police must have done that so it doesn't fall. There's a hatch open on the other side of the machine. I see someone moving inside.
SUZUHA!
The person freezes when I shout. I run to the satellite. Whoa! 50% CG achievement. Unlock 50% of the achievements. Suzuha turns to me with a sad expression. Behind her, I can see the interior of the satellite. It's surprisingly simple without the switches and buttons you'd expect. Inside there's a black-sized box, the size of a desktop PC. There are numbers on the screen. 2010, 8, 13. Below that, 1975, 08, 13. Suzuha reaches out to press a button. Sparks burst from the panel. She jerks back, her fingertip burned.
何をしている
Uh-oh.
動かし方をしているのか
She doesn't reply. I see her shoulders sag. Those sparks had to be from an electrical short. My eyes are burning from the smoke.
答えろ天音鈴葉
I swallow hard, then ask the question.
これはタイムマシンだ
Oh, you bet it is, baby!
お前はタイムトラベラーなのか
With her head hung low, Suzuha nods.
私がジョン・タイターだよ。
And there we have it, folks! There's still a big crowd outside, so we exit the building on the side facing away from the station. Suzuha has calmed down a bit, so I start pressing her for answers.
お前がジョン・タイターとはどういうことだ
そのまんまの意味だよ。
What do you mean? What does that mean?
アットチャンネルに書き込んでたジョン・タイターはさ、私なの。
Figures.
男だと思っていた
Suzuha smiles humorlessly.
カムフラージュの意味もあるんだよね。
何から隠れようとしていた
セルン。
Figures.
ジョン・タイターとして書き込んだことはもしかして
そう。一部を除いてほとんどが事実。
It's those exceptions that bother me.
お前は2036年から来たというのかあの人工衛星いやタイムマシンに乗って
本当は正体明かさないままでいようと思ったんだけどさ、よりによってマシンが故障してるなんて完全に私の失策だ。
Aw, don't be sad.
だがタイターのタイムマシンはシボルエに積まれていたはず
Chevy?
シボルエ車だっけ。それどこからの情報
2000年に現れたタイターが自分でそう言った
2000年それもしかすると別の世界線の私かもね。少なくとも私は2000年には行ってない。2036年からまっすぐここに来た。
A little existential crisis for everyone. Remember, we are closer to 2036 than we are to 2010. So it was someone else. It's true that Tider never posted in 2000, not on the current world line. It doesn't matter, I could worry about that later.
お前は何を知っている
Press Suzuha for answers, trapping her between me and the wall so she can't escape.
さっき俺とクリスの話を聞いていたななぜあんなに慌ててタイムマシンに向かったお前は何をしようとしたんだ
私のせいかと思って。
What do you mean?
何
私がここでのんびりしてたせいでセルンの好きにさせちゃったんだね。え の？
Suzuha suddenly grabs my shoulders.
椎名真由里があと数時間後にセルに殺されるって本当？
事実だ。俺は5時間後からタイムリープしてきた。
タイムリープ。君たちのタイムマシン完成したんだ。
More or less, yeah.
それより答えろ。お前の生とはどういうことなんだ？
Suzuha bites her lip and looks away.
全部話すよ。話さなくちゃいけないと思う。君とマキセ・クリスには。
Kurisu? Why Kurisu? I guess I'll find out if I let Suzuha talk. We should head back to the lab. But first, I offer Suzuha my handkerchief. She looks at me for a second and takes it and ties it around her burned hand. Ouchie.
Thank you.
She should probably see a doctor about her hand, but there's no time for that. Mayuri's death is approaching. I just hope she's not in too much pain. I wrap a towel around her hand to keep people around us from staring. How badly burned is it? I thought it was just a zap.
おかりん、おかえり。すずさんも一緒だったんだね。
When we get to the lab, Mayuri and Dara are there for some reason. I thought I sent them home. Mayuri gives me a ditzy answer when I ask them.
やっぱりね、スーパー電話レンジちゃんの完成祝いはするべきだよ。
Aww.
ということで、ダルくんと二人で買い出ししてね、帰ってきたの。
I should have known she wouldn't stay away. Kurisu looks as worried as I am. She leans close and whispers into my ear.
どうする？
マユリには絶対事情を知られないようにするんだ。
Kurisu nods slightly.
何こそこそ話してるん？
何度も言うが、完成祝いはしない。
おかりん、付き合い悪いよ。
そういう問題ではなく。
I glance at Suzuha. She still looks depressed.
すずさん、元気ないけどどうかしたの？
これから俺とクリスティーナとスズハで重要な話をする予定でな。だからお前たちには帰ってもらったのだ。
マユシーも聞きたいよ。
いや、マユシ、空気読んだ方がよくね？
でもすずさん落ち込んでるみたいだし、なんだかね、マユシーは心配なのです。ごめんね。
Suzuha hangs her head and bites her lip. I know she feels responsible for Mayuri's death. But how is this related? That's what I'm here to find out.
椎名真由里と橋田至にも聞いてもらいたい。二人にも関係ある話だと思うし。
Good choice. If Suzuha says so, then I have no objections. But quietly, I pull her aside and remind her not to tell about Mayuri's impending death. Then he quickly explains Suzuha's true identity, that she posted on a channel as John Titor, that the satellite is really a time machine, and that she came from the year 2036.
未来人すげえ、マジパネっす。握手してもらっていいですか？
Oh lordy.
ダル、遊びではないんだぞ。
すずさんは何年生まれなの？ 2017年。
Wait. Wait a sec. Suzuha's Gen Alpha. She's probably... Wait, no, how old would she be right now? 9. What the hell? She's probably watching TikTok. Oh my god. What the hell?
7年後なんだ。
Oh my god.
まだ生まれてないのにここにいるんだね。
Oh my god. That's trippy. There's no time to deal with Mayuri's confusion.
それで鈴葉、詳しく話してもらおうか。
って言ってもタイターとして書き込んだ内容がほとんど全て。
Right, right.
私は2036年の未来から来た。その時代はセルンによって支配されたディストピアで、争いは完全に消えたけど人々は自由を奪われてる。ディストピア？
Mayuri.
極端な管理社会、全体主義。マユリがバナナを食べたいと思っても、今日がバナナを食べていい日でなければ食べることは許されない。もし食べたら裁判なしで実刑。そんな社会ってところ。
Not really, but I suppose that's a good enough explanation.
それは困るよ。マユシーはバナナ大好きなのに。
Forget about the bananas.
私はさ、セルンの支配からの解放のために戦うレジスタンスなの。
Alright.
この時代にタイムトラベルしてきたのはそんな今を。
Alrighty.
君たちからしたら未来になるのか、未来を変えるため。
Change the future. She doesn't sound like she's joking.
じゃあお父さんを探してるっていうのは
No!
あれは嘘だったのかな。
He's somewhere in this timeline. Suzuha doesn't answer. Does that mean it was really a lie? Does that mean it? Blah. Does that mean it really was a lie? Ugh. I don't know. I stopped. Brain short-circuited for a second.
セルンは研究機関であって権力を持つ統治機関じゃない。私は何度もネット上でジョン・タイターにそう訴えてきた。
Online.
まさかお前、栗ご飯とカメハメハか。
Krisa turns red and looks away.
タイターの中の人が名乗り出たんだから、私も名乗り出ないとフェアじゃないでしょ。
Embarrassment aside, that's interesting to know. Anyways.
ならば俺もそれに習おう。俺は王院京馬というマナで。
Okay, that's obvious.
それは知ってる。
Oh my god. I love that.
あ、ハモった。
Suzuha frowns. She must not like having anything in common with Kurisu. She clears her throat and continues.
セルンは2036年でも研究機関だよ。
Oh, what?
世界を支配してるのはセルンのバックにいる300人委員会ってやつら。
300人委員会実在したのか。
That name was in CERN's top secret documents.
セルンがタイムマシーン開発に成功したことで、彼らは時間っていう4つ目の次元に干渉できる唯一の存在になった。その結果、たった2年で世界の秩序は全て塗り替えられたってわけ。
In just 2 years, but that's only in objective terms. I bet CERN's time travelers spent many decades leaping back and forth across history, building the foundation of CERN's rule. Oh my god, so how much exactly have they...
そんでもってマキセ・クリス。
Suzuha glares at Kurisu.
2036年において君はタイムマシンの母として崇敬されている。
数形？
日本語で OK。
崇敬、崇め、敬われているってこと。
She keeps using unusual vocabulary. Or maybe that's not usual vocabulary and hypothesized, revered, respected. That's not... I mean, this is a translation, to be fair. She keeps using unusual vocabulary, or maybe that's normal vocabulary in 2036. Only if vocabulary was becoming more like this. Instead we got Skibbity Riz Ohio Stigma Phantom Text. Even that's all outdated now that I think about it. God.
敬われてって。私が
2010年にタイムリープの概念を史上初めて発見し、その後もセルンのタイムマシン開発に貢献した人物。それが私の聞かされたマキセ・クリスっていう人間よ。
Is that why she treats Kurisu like an enemy?
ならば俺がタイムマシンの父だな。
Right?
岡部倫太郎はテロリスト扱いされてる。
Alright then.
結構有名。
Seriously? I'm a terrorist to the future?
私がセルンでタイムマシン開発に携わるっていうこと？信じられない。セルンは人体実験までしてるのよ。科学者の風上にも置けないそんな連中のところになんて行くつもりはない。
でも未来ではそうなってた。
Even with the future perspective, Suzuha doesn't actually have all the details. Because you got, like, let's admit, that is pretty out of character.
未来の私はなんて言ってた？
会ったことは一度もないよ。それに2036年にはもう亡くなってたし。
今さらっとすごいこと言われた。
Yeah, jeez.
私って50歳まで生きられないってこと？
That's gotta suck.
私の時代では極端に長生きの人と不審な亡くなり方をする若い人の2種類がいた。セルンに逆らうような言動をする人はどんどん消されていった。
私も。
Suzuha looks into Kurisu's eyes. For once, she's not glaring at Kurisu.
もしかしたら君もセルンに利用されたのかもしんないね。例えば両親を人質に取られて無理やり研究させられたとか。
嘘。ママが危ないの
Kurisu's mother in America. It's not terribly difficult to imagine Stern kidnapping her while Kurisu is away. After all, I watched Mocha kill Mayuri in cold blood. Even if she was still over there, I don't think it'd be too difficult.
ラウンダー。
何それ？
セルンの傭兵部隊というところか。
Oh, we got 3 people. Awesome. Suzuha nods.
名目上はセルンとは独立した技術調査班って位置づけだけどさ、実態は汚れ役もこなす何でもや。
So they're a PMC, got it. According to Milka, they have 2 chief duties. First, to acquire IBM 5100s, the only computer that can access CERN's secret database. Second, to find promising scientists in the field of time travel and force them to cooperate with CERN or eliminate them if they will not.
やっぱりこの時代にもすでに存在してるんだね。私はずっとラウンダーの連中と戦ってたんだ。
汚れ役ってことはまさか誘拐とか暗殺とかも。
Suzuha looks to me with a question in her eyes. I shake my head.
私の時代ではそういうこともしてた。今はまだそこまでしてないんじゃないかな。
They have. Daro's visibly relieved.
ねえ、あまねさん。あなたさっき
Wait, hold on. do you mean? That's what they did.
ジョン・タイターとして語ったことはほぼ全て事実だって言ったよね。
そうだよ。
ということはあなたは世界の構造について把握してるっていうこと？エベレット・ホイーラーモデル、いわゆる多世界解釈で説明できるってあなたは書いていたはず。
あれはフェイク情報。セルンに目をつけられないためのカムフラージュ。
Oh.
本当の中に嘘を一つ混ぜると途端に全体が嘘くさく見えるんだ。
Okay, that's actually kind of okay. That's kind of cool, actually.
じゃあ把握はしてないのね。
してるよ。2036年ではさ、世界の構造は解明されてるんだ。多世界解釈じゃなかった。
本当に？詳しく教えて。
アトラクタフィールド。
そう。岡部倫太郎にはメールで直接教えたよね。
So wait, back when Suzuha called Okabe the Messiah, does that? Wait, never mind.
それどんな解釈なの？
世界は世界線とアトラクタフィールドでできてる。
Hey, we got it. One of the most iconic elements of Steins Gate. It's finally out. Or I guess, well, we've known about it for a while, but you get what I'm saying. Suzuha walks over to my sewing table and picks up a ball of red yarn. She holds one end of the yarn and drops the ball to the floor, then holds about a meter of yarn in front of her
世
face.
界の構造はより糸みたいなものなの。いくつもの可能性世界線が重ね合わせの状態になってて、常に無限個に枝分かれしてってるわけ。全体を見ると一本に見えるけど、ミクロなレベルだとより細い糸が絡み合うように世界を構成してる。そして最終的にはそれらの細い糸は一つに収束する。経過は
それって決定論じゃないの？
近いかもね。でももうちょっとアバウト。多世界解釈とコペンハーゲン解釈のいいとこ取りって感じ。
Oh my god.
分岐はするが結末は同じ。ということは世界は結局一つなのか。
World lines.
そういうことで、その収束範囲内にある世界線の束がアトラクタフィールド。アトラクタフィールドもたくさんある。このより糸はアトラクタフィールドアルファ。範囲内にあるのはアルファ世界線。
Suzuha then cuts a meter lengths of blue, yellow, and white yarn.
青がアトラクタフィールドベータで、黄色がガンマで、白がデルタとして、それぞれベータ世界線やガンマ世界線やデルタ世界線を範囲内にたくさん内包してる。それこそ何億っていう数をね。
She twisted different colored strings together, then stretches them out as one fat, multicolored string.
アトラクタフィールドもこんな風にいくつも重ね合わせ状態になってる。
Whoa, 4 people, that's awesome.
それぞれのアトラクタフィールドごとでは起きる事象も収束する結果も違う。干渉性は喪失してるわけ。それぞれが独立を保ってる。元をたどれば一つだし、アトラクタフィールドもさらにマクロな視点で見れ
Oh,
ば
they
収
can
束するけど、
converge.
そのスパンは何百年っていうレベルなんだ。
Oh,
より
okay.
大きな分岐と見ればいいかな。
Well, I assume there can be a common... Well, actually, that makes sense. You can think of the attractor fields as very long world lines.
エロゲに例えたら
Oh
どう
my
いうこと？
god.
教えて、エロい人。
I... What? Come on, that was pretty explanatory.
エロい人なんていない。
5 people. Whoa, 5 people. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
エロゲに例えるのは間違っていない。
Wait, actually, oh dang, it is.
ヒロイン個別ルートがアトラクターフィールドで、その中に出てくる細かい選択肢がそれぞれの世界線だ。
Huh.
しかし最後には必ずトゥルールートに入ってグランドエンディングを迎える。
共通ルートが長いか短いか、それが
Oh
問
my
題だ。
god,
ちなみに
broski.
僕だったらせっかくだから妹キャラのアト
Oh
ラクターフィ
my
ールドを選ぶぜ。
god, broski has no shame. You know what? I have to respect that.
勝手にしろ。
ダメだこいつら。早くなんとかしないと。
私にはそのエロゲってのがよくわかんないんだけど。
Well, it's a good thing we don't live on that. Oh lordy. Oh lordy.
真剣に受け取らなくていいわよ。
Let me get this straight. The reason I can't save Mayuri is that her death is the event upon the attractor field converges. But that means the world really is killing Mayuri.
でもさ、それじゃ未来を変えるなんて無理じゃね？結局収束しちゃうんでしょ？何をしたって結果は同じじゃん。
Play a different game, change world lines. That's right. That's why Mayuri dies no matter how many times I leap.
今私たちがいるアトラクタフィールドアルファの範囲外に出るの。
範囲外？
つまりアトラクタフィールドベータにあるベータ世界線に飛び移るってこと。
Right.
干渉できないんじゃ。
アトラクタフィールド同士が完全に分岐しちゃったらね。でもまさに分岐しようとしている瞬間なら。
分岐する瞬間。それが今だっていうこと。
ダイバージェンスが大きく変わる分岐点は2010年にあるって私は教わった。2000年や1991年並みのものすごい大分岐が起きて
Ooh.
アトラクタフィールドレベルで枝分かれするって。
Ooh.
なんで2000年と1991年なの？
I'm not sure if Mayuri understood any of that.
どっちも世界規模の大きな事件があったじゃん。事件？
1991. What happened in the Gulf War? That's probably not it. I mean, that did change the world, but by that same logic, 2001 was probably more. Well, never mind.
1991年はソ連崩壊だな。
Oh, he said it.
だが2000年は2001年なら同時多発テロがあったか。
Wait, Gulf War was 1994, wasn't it? Wait, is that when? Wait, that I thought it was. Oh, I thought it was 1994 when the Soviet Union collapsed. I don't know why. Stupid of me, stupid. Right? Wait a sec. So wait, Soviet. Wait, I thought that was. Wait. Never mind. What happens in 2000? Right.
2000年は2000年問題の年だよ。
はあ？あれって騒がれた割には
Oh.
結局大した問題は起きなかったぞ。
それは今私たちがいるこのアルファ世界線が2000年問題が起きなかった可能性世界だから。
I actually heard that some people did like it wasn't the banks, but there actually was some minor kerfuffle in places where the Y2K bug wasn't solved properly. But at the same time, there were also places where the Y2K bug nobody prepared and nothing big happened. So, but yes. So in other words, there are worlds where it did occur.
そして2010年。
What happens here? The time machine?
今年って何か大きな事件起きたかな？
Yeah, a few hours ago.
今年最大の事件は
Suzuha looks towards the... Oh yeah, baby. Suzuha looks towards the development room.
人類史上初の タイムマシン開発成功以外に何があるっての？
Hell yeah.
そっか、そうだよね、すごい。
Aw, my Yuri. You're so sweet.
もう一つ疑問が。
Teresa keeps plowing ahead. I guess that's what makes her a scientist.
重ね合わせ状態にある世界線ってパラレルワールドってわけじゃないんでしょ？
違うよ。あくまで可能性世界線が同時に存在しているだけ。
そうだとして世界線間の観測はどうやるの？神の視点でも持たなきゃ無理なんじゃない？
普通ならね。でも
Suzuha looks at me. Don't tell me.
リーディングしたいなか。
そういうネーミングなの？岡部倫太郎には世界線を超えて観測ができるっていう特殊な力がある。そうよね。
ああ、
それが鍵になる。
Ooh.
君の特殊な力が世界をセルンの支配っていう呪縛から解き放つ鍵。今の君は神に匹敵する存在なんだよ。
He actually does. That's crazy.
俺の力が。
アトラクタフィールドアルファの範囲外ベータ世界線へ到達すれば収束する結果も変わる。
You don't need a LARP. You actually have the power. I feel a shiver of excitement.
助けられるのか。
I can save my Yuri. Suzuha nods firmly. Then I must do it. I have no choice.
ちょっと待って。
Kurisu, however, is not so enthusiastic.
それ本当に全部正しいの？天音さんの妄想が混じってる可能性は？
Why would you do that?
なに？妄想なんか混じってないよ。
落ち着け。別に喧嘩を売ってるわけじゃない。ただ疑問なのよ。そもそもどうしてあなたは岡部が持ってる力とか2010年の岡部や私がこの秋葉原にいるって知ってたの？2017年生まれにしては詳しすぎじゃない？
She has a point. Everyone looks to Suzuha.
父さんの遺書にそうあった。
His will?
遺書ってどういうこと？私がタイムトラベルを決意したのは父さんの遺書を読んだから。父さんは私が所属してるレジスタンスの設立メンバーの一人でセルンとは別にタイムマシンの研究をしてたの。
Oh, hey, Rigas UT. I don't know why YouTube decided to. I played Steins Gate back in 2017. You played Steins Gate when Suzuha was born. I know this show. I watched it back. I watched it like in 2016. Oh man, that feels like so long ago as well. But at the same time yesterday, I watched the anime back in 2017 and played as a heavy word for a visual novel, social loading. Yeah, fair point. I mean, visual novels are... Yeah, that's a good point. We call it played because technically they're categorized as games, but if you really think about it, they're a lot closer to ebooks. With moving pictures, I guess. But yeah, Rigas, I've been a huge Steins Gate fan for a while. It was one of the first animes I saw on my own, like Miyazaki films don't count. It was Your Name, and then this one. That's how I started, like, that's how I, like, got into anime and stuff. And so this was, like, the second anime I ever saw, but yeah, this is, I figured, you know, Steins Gate, lots of fun. I might as well play it on my channel. Please do, you should go check out all the other videos on my channel. Something. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, my dad was one of the founding members of the Resistance. He hid from CERN and researched time travel on his own.
未来を変えるための研究をね。
Right.
でも父さんもセルンに殺されて。
That's the thing about Steins Gate. Gameplay, it introduces the phone. Yeah, it does. The implication is... I'm gonna be honest here. Hold on. I actually want to save you. All of these moments are, what do you call it? Moments where like phone calls and stuff happen. It's fairly more interactive than a typical ladder structure in a visual novel. Honestly, it feels a lot less interactive at this point. I'm just assuming that the choices are going to start to matter more because I do know about the existence of like different routes and stuff. Or maybe I'm mixing that up with the that one arcade game. I don't know. But CERN killed him.
だから私は父さんの意志を継いでここにいる。
But yeah, Regus, you're definitely right on that mark.
ごめんなさい。
Suzuha doesn't look at Kurisu. She still seems to have a grudge against her. Kurisu would never actively cooperate with CERN. I know that, but I just can't say it in front of Suzuha. For some reason, Suzuha really does see Kurisu as responsible for the problems of the future. But if that's the case, why doesn't Suzuha just kill Kurisu? Wouldn't that change the future too? Maybe she can't. World lines converge. Also, Kurisu is probably replaceable, let's be honest here. No matter how hard I struggle, Mayuri dies. Similarly, it may be impossible for Suzuha to kill Kurisu no matter how much she may want to. Suzuha clears her throat as if to change the subject.
2010年の秋葉原、ここでタイムマシンが作られたことでセルンのタイムマシン開発が加速した。それを阻止する方向に歴史を導くことが必要なんだよ。
阻止ってどうやって？
セルンは俺たちの存在に気づいている。
Exactly. That's clear from Moka's attack. Maybe she's replaceable. Probably. I mean, that would make sense. Actually, I don't... Now that I think about it, there's still not a lot of information on, like, the dystopian future. True. I mean, there was that moment in the pro... I'm not gonna say anything. Again, I know that most people watching this would have probably seen the anime beforehand, or maybe even played the game, but I just want to, like, for the few people that happen to be watching this and haven't, I'm not gonna say anything. It's clear from Moka's attack.
原因は君たちが一番最初にタイムマシンを使った時のメールデータだと思う。父さんはそう予測してた。
Wait, what? Do they have... Never mind.
メールデータ？ハッキングがバレたのではなく。
Oh, it's because you plugged directly into CERN. Don't spoil it. Yeah, only covering events up to this point. Yeah. What was I gonna say? But... I forget. Anyways, yeah, but it's because you plugged into CERN.
だから僕のハッキングはバレてないって言ってんだろ？
でもメールデータって
あれじゃないかな。クリスちゃんが死んじゃったっていうオカリンのメール。
Oh. Right, the email I sent to Dora right after Dr. Nakabachi's conference.
ああ、あれね。
Back then, we hadn't realized that the phone wave name subject to change was a time machine.
その時空を超えたメールもきっと捉えられてる。
あの時からもうバレていたと。
Probably. Come to think of it, the first time I met Mooka was the day after I sent that email.
泳がされてたんだな、僕ら。
They were onto you before you even started.
マユシーはね、平泳ぎが得意だよ。
What?
はいはい。水中 M 字開脚、水中 M 字開脚。
Igus, I don't know. I'm just gonna say I have been saying this a few times as well. I'm also considering playing Fate Stay Night. Cause enjoyed the anime for that. Looks fun. Saw the Fate route, Saber route, and anime was pretty... It was both mid and underrated at the same time, so I figure I should probably do that. Anyways, and alright then, do a sexy underwater pose.
しかし一体どうやって補足をメールなんて世界中で1日に何億という数が送られているんだぞ
セルンはエシュロンのネットワークを利用して世界規模でタイムマシンについての情報を収集してるの。
Echelon? Well, I actually kind of want to... Uh-huh. UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, but not France. Huh. Peculiar. Right, we all know what determinism is. I'm sure everyone does. Fate Stay Night is literally 1,000,000 words long. A 70... If you do it on stream while interacting, it might literally... Oh god, how many episodes is that? Actually, you know what? Rigas, that's actually a good point. Maybe I should just play it on my own. I don't know. I mean, now that you say that... That is a good point. Oh lordy. Oh lordy. I don't know at this point. I don't know. I don't even know. I've even started a second visual novel, so I can't... Really. Although, that's a recent one, it's a Western one, so I assume it would be shorter, but... We'll have to see. CERN uses the Echelon network to connect communications pertaining to time travel research worldwide.
エシュロンだと本当に実在していたのか
But yeah, thanks for telling me. I may have to reconsider it. Wait, hold on. So, assuming that a stream is like 2 hours long... It's like 75... Ay. Honestly, I'm sometimes considering if I've jumped off the deep end myself with Steins Gate. As an expert on conspiracies, I understand the implications and they terrify me. No one else seems to get what SUZUHA'S saying, though.
セルンはさ、自分たち以外のタイムトラベル研究についてエシュロンで常にアンテナを張って監視してるんだよ。
For instance, an email that appeared to have come from the future.
だから捉えられた最初のメールデータをセルンのコンピューターから消去しなきゃ。
Oh lordy, that's gonna be difficult.
そうすればセルンは君たちには気づかない。タイムマシンが2034年に完成することもなくなる。それどころかタイムマシンの研究そのものが頓挫するかも。
In other words, deleting that data will take us to the attractor field where CERN doesn't build a time machine.
でもセルンのデータベースはハックしたけど、それっぽいデータはなかったような。
IBN5100。
Oh. Oh! Okay,
そう
okay.
か IBN5100 で構築されていた
We need that computer.
あの中にきっとエシュロンから集めたデータが蓄積されてる。
So that's what it is.
だるよなぜもっと早く IBN5100 を使わなかったのだ
Because you never got it in this timeline.
いや、使わなかったのだとか言われても、そもそも持ってないし。
何を言っている俺が手に入れてきたではないか
はい
Alright, that was on a different world line. On this world line, I never found the IBN 5100.
私の役割はさ、君たちに IBN5100 を託すことなんだよ。
持っているのか
SUZUHA shakes her head.
1975年に行って手に入れる。
Ooh. 1975, the year IBN 5100 went to market. I know because of John Titor in 2000 said that was his mission. Was that John Titor SUZUHA too? Anyways, if SUZUHA can get us an IBN 5100, then we can leave this attractor field and jump to the beta world line where CERN never finds us and their time machine is never completed. Mayuri won't have to die.
よしならば全は急げだ鈴葉には今すぐにでも1975年に飛んでもらおう
そうしたいのは 山々なんだけど。
Suzuha bows her head apologetically. Hey, look at her burnt hand. She's hiding it from... Oh, whoa! What? How badly was the burn? She's hiding it from Mayuri and Dara, but I can see the blood staining my handkerchief. It hurts to look at. Maybe we should get her to a doctor.
タイムマシンが壊れているんだったな。
直せないの？
無理。私は父さんが作ったものに乗ってきただけだから。
Oh. See, it's been a while since I've interacted with Steins Gate lore, so some of this stuff genuinely is like this moment, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I remember this now, because I was forgetting this knowledge for a while.
仕組みそのものはマニュアルを完璧に暗記してるけど。
You don't know how it, like, actually... That doesn't mean she knows how to repair it, and there's no guarantee that a time machine from 2036 can be repaired with today's technology.
タイムリープマシンで遡るのは？天音さんのタイムマシンが壊れる前へ。
Didn't you say you could only go back 48 hours?
っていうかタイムリープマシン使う気なん？実験しないってことでファイナルアンサーじゃなかった？
I still haven't told Dara about my time leaping. There's no time to explain.
場合によっては使う。それで鈴葉よ、いつ壊れたかわかるか？
きっとこの前の深夜に降った雨だよ。マシンの中水浸しになってたから密閉されてるはずなのに。
あんだけ派手にビルに激突してんだし、その時に穴でも開いたんじゃね？
Possibly.
あれは激突したんじゃないよ。座標計算にわずかな誤差があったせいであそこに出現しちゃっただけ。
You could only go back 40 hours, but you could... Right, except didn't... The time machine crashed long... Because the maximum... When the hell did the time machine crash happen? It's... Again, I took a break from playing... Assistant. Because if I recall, it's been more than 48 hours, so since you could only go back... Yeah, never mind. Since you could only go back to before 48 hours before the time machine was built, because you don't have the time leap machine to go further back, the game's probably going to prove me wrong. The theorizing is pointless.
あのマシンって結構不安定なんだよね。
It's not exactly the most stable machine. True.
それで雨が降ったのは何日だった？
48... I assume within 48 hours.
10日の朝、夜明け前には降っていた。
Oh, shit. The time leap machine can only cover 48 hours in a single leap, and the time leap machine was completed today, the 13th, at 2 p.m. Exactly. That means we can't go farther back than 2 p.m. on the 11th.
ダメだ。タイムリープマシンじゃ届かない。
Exactly. I thought we had a glimmer of hope.
直す努力はしてみるべきだと思うわけだが。
そうだよ。タイムマシンならね、時間はあんまり関係ないもん。
Mayuri. Kurisu, Suzuha, and I say nothing. We know. In less than 2 hours, Mayuri will die. It's already 5:30 p.m. There's barely enough time to sneak into Radicon, let alone fix Suzuha's time machine. Maybe I should leap... Yeah, exactly. That's probably the plan.
みんな、小腹が空いただろう。空いたはずだ。
いきなりなんぞ？
Let's go take a break.
まゆしは腹ペコです。
As expected from a glutton. I take a 10,000 yen bill out of my wallet.
マユリ、ダル、買い出しに行ってきてくれ。それを食べながら改めて対策を練ろうではないか。
わあ、オカリ、こんな大金どうするの？
When the women in this game are shown next to each other, it's glaringly obvious they have practically the same face, just with different features. Yeah. Yeah, that's a... Yeah, you're...
これで買ってこい
Can't
と
argue
言
it.
っているんだ
That is true.
釣りはいらんというより
That
全
is
部使い切
true.
ってこい
Then again, only so... Except not really. Actually, Ruka's got the same face too. Well, Ruka's a girl in this timeline, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah, that is a good point.
平然と1万円もおごってみせる。さすがオカリン。僕たちにできないことをやってのける。そこにしびれる、憧れる。
I mean, it's not gonna matter in a few. Ruka counts too, yes, I suppose. But yeah, that's a good point. Mayuri and Dara leave in high spirits. I knew the 10,000 yen bill would work.
クリスティーナそれにタイタン
Tighter.
タイターって私のこと？
Yes, that is you.
他に誰がいる
なんでいきなり呼び方変わんの？
Why not?
タイターの中の人だからな
そうだけどさ。
無駄よ。岡部がまともに名前を呼ぶことなんてめったにないから。
Including himself.
そういえば私もバイト選手とかって妙な呼ばれ方しかされてなかった。
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. I like how Steins get the mouth of the characters as they speak. The mouths of the characters move. I really like that detail too. I wish I could add something more, but I just agree. There's nothing more I could say. I agree.
二人とも聞け俺は
Wait a sec.
11日の14時にタイムリープする
Wait, that just reminds me. Oh my god, I can't believe that's like 5 years ago as well. Y'all know the VTuber Kiara, right? Kiara? Isn't her name Part-Time Warrior? Isn't like her nick? Damn, they have the same face with different eyes and hair. I think the shape of their eyes are also a little bit different, not just the color. But yeah, that's that is true. I never thought about it, but that is the thing with a lot of anime. They suffer from like same face syndrome, which is a whole last thing. Okay, so Kiara's this VTuber. She's pretty famous, and basically she also calls herself Part-Time Warrior. I don't know, she's pretty similar to Suzuha in a lot of ways, I think. And like one of her nicknames is Part-Time Warrior. So now that I think about it, because I completely forgot about the whole like, or well, that's not true. I've been making the connection for years, but the thought just came up now. It's like, was she inspired by Suzuha in some way? But yeah, Kiara, I don't know if she still calls herself that, but definitely back in like COVID and like immediately post-COVID, like that was one of her nicknames, Part-Time Warrior. So I assume... Anyways, listen you two, I'm going to leap to the 2 p.m. Sorry. Listen you two, I'm going to leap to 2 p.m. on the 11th. My tongue.
そこでタイターから改めて今の説明をしてもらうその上で今のこの時間13日17時までにタイムマシンを修理する
当てはあるの？
Seems like the only one.
今から2時間もがくよりはマシという程度だ
Oh lordy.
直せなければ何度でも2日間を繰り返せばいい
I haven't really kept up with the Marvel series lately. After Infinity War, well actually no, after Spider-Man No Way Home, I just kind of grew tired. I was never a big Marvel fan in the first place. But, I promise you this links. I did see this one clip on YouTube where like, I think Loki was like, oh, teach me about quantum physics. And apparently that's the place where he's like time leaping over and over again. And like, so the first time around, they're trying to explain basic concepts to him, and Loki's like, I don't know what's going on. And it's like several time leaps later, and he's like walking in the lab as if he owns the place. Because like in those series of leaps, he learned all that stuff. I'm like, is that what's happening here? Again, it has been a long time since I've watched the anime, so it's like, also, the anime is different from the visual novel in key areas. So there's definitely some stuff that's like, I'm not sure if I've forgotten or if it's new. It's alright.
タイターよ。お前には必ず IBN5100 を手に入れてもらわなければならない。
Hell yeah.
これはお前のためでも未来のためでもない。あくまでマユリを助けるためのミッションであることを忘れるな。
I like the music.
独善的だと言いたければ言えばいい。だが俺は誰の指図も受ける気はない。
Based. I think this is one of the reasons I really enjoy, like, Okabe. It's like, yeah, he's a bit of a spurg, but the thing is, compared to all the other, like, anime protagonists we have, and oh god, there's so much shit I could say about anime protagonists, and like the standard pussy protagonist, or like the super dense one. Well, Okabe's pretty dense too, but I feel like he's dense in a slightly more realistic way, right? The biggest difference is the visual novel has... The composer is Takabashi Ako. I was actually about to talk about that. I keep getting not copyright striked, copyright claimed. So it's not as bad as a strike. Like, the video's still up. Actually, I need to clear that one on the previous stream as well. He did Ever 17 as well. Oh, interesting. But yes, I keep getting copyright claimed by the company that I presume owns the work. And I keep having to dispute them because I know gameplay is exempt. I know, like, Let's Plays are exempt from those rules. But it's just, oh my god, it is a hassle because every time I stream this game, they're like, your thing has been copyright claimed, you can't monetize it. And I know I'm not making any money off of this stuff yet. But, I'm not making I don't make any money off of these videos yet, but it's still, it's like, I kind of, like, apparently it's bad for your analytics or something like that, so every single time I have to, like, go through, click on the video, and this doesn't count because it's a game, type in the reason why, blah blah blah, sign my name, sign my signature, click all the buttons, yes, I understand, blah blah. It's just such a hassle, and I have to do that for every single song that gets claimed. Ugh. Oh god, that's gonna happen again. Nitro Plus? Nitro Plus? I don't think so. It's like a Japanese company. It might be. I don't know. I haven't really paid attention to, like, what the company name was. But it also happened when I was streaming / recording what was it? Deltarune? And Toby Fox had to, like, send out a PSA that, hey, all my music is copyright free, so it's like, if your videos get copyright, please do dispute them, and that's how I learned how. But yeah, I did a Let's Play of Deltarune recently. No, that was like a few months back. A few recordings that I switched over to streaming, and I just realized, oh, maybe I should just switch over to streaming entirely. I still do plan on making recorded videos. I'll talk about this later. I'm sure y'all wanna get on with the... I'm doing the things my way. Kurisu and Suzuha, and not just Yurigas, but I assume anyone watching this is like, what do you call it? As like a VOD, because that's how I actually get most of my views. I stream it, but the VOD is actually what gets most, I suppose, streamed. So I guess I still am like a YouTuber at heart. Kurisu and Suzuha give it encouraging nod in agreement. Yeah, both of us, all two of us. Hey, anyone watching in the future, this video is gonna be up. I don't know. Maybe somebody decides to watch this in like a month after I finish. Me and the other person. I'm watching my own video, so actually, I am the other person.
Yoshi. 作戦開始だ.
Good, then let's begin.
作戦名は言わないのか?
Exactly, you gotta give it a fancy operation. Who the hell cares about that now? Yeah, enough LARPing. This isn't a game. Mayuri's life hangs in the balance.
北欧神話でいいネーミング候補が見つからなかった?
なんで北欧神話?
That's just something Okabe does.
深い意味はないと思う。あえて言うなら、中二病患者はゲルマン系ネーミングが大好きだからってところじゃない?
This is why, like, despite Okabe having such a strong character, I feel like I could relate to him more than, like, any of the quote-unquote self-insert protagonists that a lot of us get. It's because, like, if a lot of them are supposedly blank slates, but they're really not. The lack of a personality in itself is a personality, and I just can't relate to that. I enjoy being a bit wild and wacky, you know? So Okabe, like, we're different in a lot of key ways, but I feel like he's one of the people I feel like I'm more similar to when it comes to like protagonists.
そういえば私がいたレジスタンスでも
Oh my
作
god.
戦名はほとんどゲルマン系のネーミングだったな。なんでって聞いたらこれは伝統だとかなんとか言われた。
This always made me wonder how many of like the really revered, respected traditions of today. Yes, exactly. Okabe, while he can be obnoxious to the point of detriment, at least he has something to latch onto and about. Exactly, exactly. Visual novel protagonist. But yeah. Yeah. Can't disagree with you there. They tend to be visual, bottom of the barrel when it comes to characterization. To be fair, I haven't played that many visual novels. This is like my second one out. Is it? Wait, no. Doki Doki was the first one I played. Still holds a special place in my heart. That was like one of the first Let's Plays I did, actually. Most of the videos are unlisted, but you can still access episode 1. I did 2 Let's Plays, actually, because I did the original, and then I did DDLC Plus. But anyways, yeah. This just reminds me, how many, what do you call it? How many, like seriously revered and respected traditions that, like, people take really seriously, like, sometimes up to the national level, do you think started out of just some, like, Chuny-esque, like, some weirdo just deciding to be weird? And, like, do you get what I'm saying? Does anyone get what I'm saying? Something like that.
26年後にも中二病患者っているんだな。
I think at this point, it stopped being Chunibyo. I'm just saying.
くだらない会話をしているな。
Mayuri's life hangs in the balance. Come on, guys! There's no time for this nonsense. See, this is why I love Okabe so much. It's entirely likely that they did. Exactly. Kurisu sets up the time leap machine while Suzuha goes on to turn on the 42-inch CRT. Long before Mayuri returns, I leap. Alrighty. When I come to, I'm standing with my phone in hand. While I wait for the ringing in my ears to subside, I check the date and time on my phone screen. August 11th, 2:21 p.m. Alright, now I have 2 more days. As a matter of fact, I leapt twice. First to 2 p.m. on the 13th, when the machine was completed. From there, I leapt an additional 48 hours to 2 p.m. on the 11th. It was my first consecutive leap, but it seems to have gone well. There's no time for this nonsense. Person who espouses his nonsense 95%. Exactly. Though, to be fair, Okabe does know when to lock in. I like that. Because, I'm gonna be honest here, I'm kind of like that too, I'm gonna say. I'm not really serious most of the time, though. If something big happened, then yeah, of course I'd stop all the bullshit. It's my first consecutive leap. I'm known as a your mom guy on Discord, because I just make that joke so much. It's my first consecutive leap, but it seems to have gone well. I immediately head downstairs to see Suzuha. I'm relieved to see that her hand isn't burned. When I explain to the situation, Suzuha races to Radicon to confirm my story. After she realizes I'm telling the truth, I take her back to the lab and have her repeat the explanation she gave us before I time leaped. We come to the conclusion that all we can do right now is try our best to repair Suzuha's time machine.
じゃあ早速見に行ってみるべき。
Daru is unusually enthusiastic. I guess Suzu's talk of attractor fields and divergence in correcting history's mistakes got his blood pumping. Oh lordy, the amount of stuff I do with the time machine. Cause I'm like a massive history nut, so but even if I didn't change anything, there's just so much stuff I want to go back and take a look at. But honestly, I don't know. I don't think I'd be responsible. I try to change history too much. I should not be given that power.
ちょっと待って待って。
You're so adorable! There's so much personal stuff I'd like to do, too. Like, so much advice I'd like to give to my past self. I know that's a bad idea, but, you know. So much stuff I would like to tell my past... Oh my god. Hold on, everyone. Mayuri stops us as we're about to leave the lab.
ねえねえ、みんなもう一つ忘れてるよ。
that?
もう一つなんぞ？
すずさんのお父さんは今はどこにいるの？
Oh, right. I thought Suzuha was lying about that. When I turn to her, she looks away.
父さんのことはどうでもいいでしょ。
Wait, is this when it happened? Trivia, the Rodicon building doesn't... Wait, what? Trivia, the Rodicon building doesn't exist. It was demolished shortly after the release of Steins Gate. I think it's being replaced by a new version of it. I do know that the current Rodicon building has the Steins Gate satellite built into it. I do know that. I've always loved that so much. It doesn't matter now, does it? So wait, the original building's gone. That kind of sucks.
どうでもよくないよ。それにタイムマシンを直すのに時間かかるんでしょ。だったらその間マユシーはすずさんのお父さんを探そうかなと思って。
So I don't understand Japanese, but I'm pretty sure Mayuri said Mayushi, not we. Or maybe I'm just tripping balls.
どう？
いや、
Oh lordy.
しかし
Oh, I want to say it. I want to say it. I want to say it. Ugh. When I show reluctance, Mayuri puffs out her cheeks. You are so adorable.
ああ、オカリンってばダメなんだよ。約束はね、ちゃんと守らなきゃ。
She just has very pinchable cheeks. What promise?
この前約束したでしょ。すずさんのお父さんはみんなで探そうって。
That's right. Convinced her to stay by promising to help look for her father.
そうだったな。
あのね、すずさんがここに来たのはね、使命とかもあるけど、やっぱりお父さんに会いたかったからかなって思って。
Hold on, I'm kind of looking for the same face syndrome, Regus, that you mentioned. Because, yeah, the faces are... Well, I feel like Suzuha's a little bit different. Because she's a bit more pointy, and there's a bit more puffiness here, whereas Mayuri is a bit more standard in terms of face shape. But yeah, it's small enough to the point where it's basically identical. But still, I'd say Suzuha's face is a little bit different from everyone else. Slightly.
もしそうなら、マユシーは合わせてあげたいです。
If Mayuri feels that strongly about it, there's no way I can refuse.
椎名マユリ、君っていい子だね。
Aww. Suzuha sniffles. Aww.
その通りだよ。この町に来れば会えると思ったの。父さんがさ、2010年に秋葉原にいたことは分かってるんだ。
Oh god, there is so much you want to say.
本当にいるのか？
Well, yeah.
いるよ。失礼だな。
Oh
こ
lordy.
の時代ならきっとまだ若くてかっこいいね。
Oh lordy.
名前はバレルタイターだったか。
うん、そう。ああ、外国人さん？多分日本人。バレルタイターはレジスタンス時代のコードネームだから、今の2010年の時点だとまだそう名乗ってないと思う。
So that's why Suzuha called herself John Tider.
父さんの本名はさ、
What?
私
Well,
知らないんだ。
what am I saying? What? Of course you don't.
実の娘なのにね。
Well, can't blame you. Suzuha looks like she's about to cry for an instant, but she quickly covers it with a bitter smile. Suzuha, no.
教えてくれなかったし、聞かせてもらう前に死んじゃったから。
Hearing that, I realize how hellish the world she came from must be.
ではアモネという名はどこ？
母さんのせいだよ。
つまり手がかりはなし。
I find it so interesting that Suzuha's mother doesn't become relevant until Steins Gate 0, I just want to say. So we have no leads.
手がかり。あ、そういえば。
I also take that back. Mayuri's face might be standard for anime, but yes, Suzuha and Kurisu have pretty darn similar. Yeah, they are pretty darn similar. Time for me to leave. Best wishes on your stream and try to catch the continuation in the future. Riga, thank you so much for dropping by. I feel like I say a lot more interesting things when I'm actually like talking to people and bouncing things back and forth. It's kind of hard for me to like actually be interesting when I'm I admit that's something I have to grow on as a streamer myself, or as a YouTuber. I make videos as well. That was my bread and butter originally. Anywho, leads. Oh, there is one thing. Suzuha claps her hands together and starts patting her pockets. A few seconds later, she reaches into one and pulls out.
ピンバッジ？
Well, clearly doesn't exist right now. I've seen Suzuha fiddling with it before. It's a regular pin, the kind you stick on your hat or bag.
なんか書いてあるよ。
It reads Oshi A710.
これ父さんの形見なんだよね。
形見？
誰？ググってみろ。
He doesn't need to. What? Oh.
父さんは秋葉原周辺にいたらしいからさ、海外のサイトは抜きにして考えていいと思う。
日本語で OK ってことか。
He narrows down the search to Japanese sites. But then even none of the... Well, I assume it just doesn't exist yet. None of the results look relevant.
全然わかんね
でもこれはきっとヒントになるよ。
With Suzuha's permission, I take a picture of the pin.
というわけで、すずさんのお父さん探しに賛成の人。
Hell yeah! I want to argue there's no time for that, but Mayuri's right when she says the time machine won't be ready for a while. I guess there's no harm in letting her have her way. After all, there's no point in running, not even with a 2 days head start. Even if I dragged Mayuri to the ends of the earth, we wouldn't be able to escape her death. I know that now.
反対はしない。
おかりんありがとう。
Dar raises his hand in agreement, so does Kurisu. Decided, we'll help Kurisu find her father.
みんな、サンキュー。
Aww.
でも、私はあくまで1975年へ行くことを優先したい。それが父さんの意思だったからさ。
Is it just me, or did your face change? I mean, it seems like all of these are individually drawn, so I guess that
て
makes
なわけ
sense.
で、タイムマシン修理のめどが立ったら、父さんを探すのは諦めるってことで、どうかな？それでいいの？そんだけ探して見つかんないならさ、つまり会える運命になかったってことだと思うし。
It's a relief to hear Suzuha say that.
で、どうやって探すん？
ピンバッジしかヒントがないのだ。これを元にするしかないだろう。餅は餅屋とも言うし、マニアなショップを当たってみるか。
マニアなショップって？
秋葉にはマニア御用達のアンダーグラウンドのショップが数多くあるだろう。
It's hard to sneak into Rodicon in the daytime. There isn't a crowd like here before, but the pedestrian traffic remains constant. It takes us about 30 minutes to find a way in. Kurisu's at the back of the lab working on the time leap machine. It needs to be completed by 2 p.m. on the 13th. If she's late, it could affect my ability to time leap, which would lower my chances of saving Mayuri. Speaking of Mayuri, she wandered off somewhere in search of Suzuha's father.
どうだ
Called to Daru, who's examining the flooded satellite, the time machine. While Suzuha and I keep a lookout, the hatch seemingly opens and closes when the person whose fingerprints were preemptively registered, Suzuha in this case, touches it. Daru crawls out of the time machine. He's covered in sweat and his breathing is heavy. We could quickly help pull his huge body out. The time machine is completely visible from the street. If someone were to see us up here, they might report us to the police. It's been about 2 weeks since the satellite appeared, but Akiba still has tourists who come just to see it. We need to take care not to be noticed.
この中むちゃくちゃ暑い件について
Did not install an AC?
蒸し風呂ってレベルじゃねえぞ。この炎天下でマシンの中にいたら干物になるねマジで。
Daru jerky.
ちなみにこのマシンバランス崩して下に落ちたりしないよな。
The police have put up wires. Time machine is balanced precariously on the ledge, but the police have hooked up support wires, so Daru probably has nothing to worry about.
治りそう？
いやまだ確証はないけど、でもさちょっと触ってみて気づいたんだよね。これってなんか電話レンジと似てるかもって。
Ooh.
じゃあ直せる可能性もあるんだな。
いやだから確証はないってもうちょっと調べないと。
誰よスーパーハカーよ。全てはお前の腕にかかっていると言っていい。世界を救ったスーパーハ
Oh
カー。
my god.
お前は2036年においてタイムマシンの母マキセ・クリスに代わり人々から崇め奉られることになるだろう。
There's so much I want to say.
ハカーじゃなくてハッカーって言えっつってんだろう。
とにかく
Oh,
2
Lord.
日で何とかしてくれ。ダル
So much I want to say. I place my hand on Daru's shoulder and look straight into his eyes.
お前だけが頼りなんだ。
自信はないよ。そもそもなんで2日なん？
それは
I should just tell him. Because that's when Mayuri's died, but I can't say that.
2日後がさ、リング得意点を作るのに
Oh, good
一番
save.
いい気象条件なんだよ。
Good save, good save.
それを逃すとあと1年は次のチャンスがないわけ。
Nice excuse, Suzuha.
そうだそういうことだ。
2日で直せとか無茶言うなっつーの。
ならばそんなお前にフェイリスと1日デートできる権利をやる。
え
Oh, you sure do know how to motivate a guy. That would motivate me too.
やってくれるな。
いいですとも。
Great, I just need to figure out how I'm going to convince Ferris. Oshim A710. I really like the detail on all these like little background characters as well. I've always thought that was so nice. We're searching for something with the same cryptic logo as this mysterious pin. Honestly, I didn't think it would be this difficult. Akiba has plenty of niche stores, but they're all for electronic goods and PC parts. There aren't many selling accessories like SUZUHA'S pin. We checked everyone that we could find, but come up empty-handed. None of the store employees have any idea where it came from either. We even checked some shady stores in nearby neighborhoods like Kana, Ueno, and Asakusa. Still nothing. Suzuha and I returned to the lab with heavy hearts.
おかえり。
Priest emerges from the development room to greet us. She's alone.
その顔じゃ成果はなしか。
ダルは
戻ってない。暗くなったし直接帰ったんじゃない？
Oh lordy, don't tell me something happened to him. It's too dark to work at Rodicon now. Can't use lights because that would be too conspicuous to the people below. Mayuri isn't around. Is she making any progress in the search for Suzuha's father?
なんか悪いね。こんなことしてる場合じゃないのにさ。
お前のためではない。すべてはマユリを助けるためだ。
start up Dara's computer and search the net for communities of people who collect unique pins. I'll investigate tomorrow based on the information I find. There's a pin collecting group on a site called Free Para, where everyone shows off their collections. I post there asking for information. I'm sleeping on the couch when a loud alarm rings in my ears.
セルンの襲撃
I jump and see Kurisu and Suzuha. Kurisu is holding her phone, that's the source of the sound.
Good morning.
Her sour expression says it's not good at all. I wish she'd put herself in my shoes and see what it's like to be woken up suddenly like that. I check the time on my phone. It's just before 7 a.m.
起こしてくれたのか助かる
別にモーニングコールしたわけじゃない。
岡部倫太郎に見てほしいものがあってさ、起こしてもらったの。
I realize there's a strange object sitting on the table in front of me.
これは
ダイバージェンスメーター。今、私たちがいるこの世界線がどこなのかを数値で表すことができるんだよ。
Famous vacuum tubes. Those are vacuum tubes, right? The meter says 0 point numbers.
私がもともといた2036年の世界線を 0% とした数値だから、あくまで相対的なものなんだけどさ。
作ったのか
2036年から持ってきた。
Ooh.
うんこれはニキシー缶だな。いいセンスだ。未来ガジェット9号に認定したいぐらいだ。
Nixie tubes. What's that?
これ一体どういう仕組みなの？世界線の数値化なんて可能とは思えない。
Suzuha shrugs.
私もわかんない。
わからない
これ作ったの誰か知ってる？
Your pops? How should I know?
君だよ。岡部倫太郎。
Whoa, okay.
は
君が作った。確か今から
Oh my
11年後ぐらいに
god.
君の持ってる特殊な力を応用させたらしいよ。
That's still 4 years in the past from our perspective. Holy shit, okay. Oh my god. Time really has passed, hasn't it? Then again, we also have I remember when it was like 2015 and everyone's like, Back to the Future hasn't happened. We don't have flying cars. 2015, good times, good times.
そうなのか
2015 were good times. Man, I miss it.
このメーターがあれば岡部以外でも世界線の変動を確認できる。そういうことか。
Oh, jeez, I don't... Okay. I was about to say that was 2015 was before I got into anime, but I think even before I properly got into anime, I was always like sort of drawn to anime-looking drawings because I'm like, wow, the girls there look so pretty. I could tell you about oh my god, do I want to say that? I used to RP on Google Plus back in the day. And I stopped in like 2017 because they made this god-awful UI update and I was like, nope, I'm not using this any longer. And then come 2019, and they say they're gonna shut it down. So I go back on Google Plus, you scroll down, and to see all the stuff I've like liked, reposted, blah blah blah, stuff like that. And I look through it, and there's just so many anime drawings that I've reposted because I just wanted to save it to my like pin. You know how reposting sort of like pins it to your account, right? I kind of wanted to save the drawings, so they were there. And even to my like fairly undeveloped 2019 eyes, which oh my god, that is a long time ago as well. The drawings were nothing special, but from the perspective, I assume like 2015 me, I assume like the drawing, just anime girl was probably like incredibly nice to look at. I don't know. Is that weird? Maybe that's weird. I don't know. Smeater lets other people check on the world line divergence.
違う。多分ここに表示されてる数値が変化してもそれに気づけるのは岡部倫太郎だけ。
は？それじゃあ意味ないじゃない。もっとまともなもの作りなさいよ、岡部。
I ignore Kurisu's complaints and look at the meter again. This is something I made. 15 years have passed since I Hey, that actually means you are fully right to dub it Future Gadget number 9. I just realized. 15 years have passed since I made it. 11 years will pass before I complete it. It's a strange feeling.
これの仕組みは作った本人しか知らない。だから知りたかったら11年待つしかないかな。そうすれば自分で答えを見つけられるはずだから。
未来で俺と会ったのか？
She did say he has an infamous terrorist in 2036. For some reason, Suzuha's expression darkens momentarily.
一度もないよ。
Oh god.
そうか。で、このメーターを今ここで俺に見せた意味は？
メーターの数値が 1% を超えた時、君はベータ世界線にたどり着いたことになる。
1%？
そう。1% を突破さえできたら、椎名真由里は助けられるっていうこと。
Stare at the glowing red numbers. They don't budge. Just another 0.6%. It seems so easy. But there are 6 digits after the decimal point and no tens place. What does that mean? That means a 1% difference is massive. Something tells me it won't be as easy as it looks. Oh boy, buddy.
これは君にあげる。どうせ私が持ってても意味ないしね。有意義に使ってよ。
Alright. I'm almost at 2 hours. This is a pretty good place to leave off, I would say. And my throat is about to get a little sore because of all the talking, and I am slightly tired. But let's see. Should I? Yeah, I feel like I could leave it off here. It hasn't quite been 2 hours yet, but at this point, I think it should be fine. So, what did we learn from today? Let's see. Okay, what did we learn? I don't know. I'm gonna have to duty free. I'm gonna have to come up with an interesting title for this. I don't know what that's gonna be. I always have trouble. You know how I always like come up with titles afterwards, right? Oh god, what am I gonna title this one? Anyways, it's probably something attractor field. I don't know. Anyone watching later, you know what it is. But yeah, that's all there is for this one. I think that was a really fun one. And I guess that's where I'm gonna drop off this video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment something down below if you haven't done so already. And, you know, make sure to, if you have subscribed, make sure to smash that bell because most people who watch me are not subscribed, fun fact. But I suppose that is all that is for today. I should probably save. What else? Yes. The sky is up and you guys are awesome. I will see you all in the next episode. Well, toodles!